The NFL season is finally here, so make sure you're ready with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. It gives you the most live NFL games all in one place, exactly what you need to make your Sundays more magical. Sign up today at youtube.com/Sunday Ticket. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games.
What's new from Apple? There's the new iPhone 16 Pro, built for Apple Intelligence. And it comes with the all-new camera control, giving you an easier way to quickly access your camera tools. The new Apple Watch Series 10 has our biggest display and our thinnest design ever. And this? It's the sound of active noise cancellation, now available on one of 2 new AirPods 4 models. So quiet. Check out all of the new products and new features at apple.com. You can even buy yourself something new. See apple.com for product availability updates. Apple Intelligence coming this fall.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our Quick Publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Red. It's me, Dave Davis, coming to you from a quite nice Edinburgh today, actually. Fingers crossed it stays this way throughout the weekend. So it's Saturday the 14th of September. Most importantly, we're done with that international shite, aren't we? And most importantly, the Reds play today. We are back in action. At 3 o'clock today, we will kick off against Nottingham Forest. So, going to be a busy day, isn't it? We've all got our weekend routine, things we do. Saturday, 3 o'clock as well. Bit novel, that, isn't it? Because we know all the bloody fixture changes and all the various stuff that goes on at different times, how we plan our weekends. But, what'll be 1:45, is it, I think? We'll get team news today. But there's so much to talk about before then, ladies and gents. So, probably the highlight, I was rewinding a bit back to yesterday, was Arne Slot's press conference, wasn't he? Where he was asked many questions, gave many answers. And I gotta be honest, I have enjoyed Slot's press conferences. Just it's the style, the demeanour, the way he focuses in on journalists, the way he picks them up and certain things. He's almost got them on strings a little bit, I think, as well. And doesn't just deflect well, corrects well at the same time. There's so much that, and you can still see it's going on in Saturday's papers that way as well. So what are the big things that he was asked about, and what did he say? Probably just a few pointers there. He was asked about contracts, wasn't he? And Trent, and is it taking away the focus, etc. I like the way he answered this. Said again, it's the boring answer which you are going to get from me as long as there is no news about this. We don't talk about contract situations over here. Is it distracting? No, it isn't, because I'm fully focused on the individuals in the team and those that are part of the team. We're trying to work with them in the best possible way to get the best possible out of them. So it is zero distraction for me. What a waste of time asking Arne Slot about the contract situation. Arne Slot, as we know in this structure, reports in to Richard Hughes as sporting director. That's been made crystal clear to us repeatedly. So Arne Slot has zero say in the contracts. So why are you asking him? It's what I still don't get from the journalists a little bit. And I kind of hope it stops, because unless Richard Hughes is going to show up at a press conference, it does seem like a one-off, doesn't it? It is absolutely pointless doing this again and again, isn't it? So hopefully, let's say that first and last time, well, it's about the 64th time, isn't it, to be honest? But yeah, hopefully that stops. He was also asked, ladies and gents, and he kind of gave the news, didn't he, about Harvey Elliott's injury. And he was honest about this to say, yeah, he would have played quite a few minutes, but so now someone else will get a chance as well. And I just think gets that chance to come in. It's still bugging me this, because I still look at it and I do wonder whether, like a Gakpo, because that puts less strain on the midfield, could get those minutes. And with rotation, you've got to be careful with Szoboszlai, Graf, McAllister. But Szoboszlai's the key there. You know, it looked like Elliott was the deputy. There seems to be almost 2 11s with us, doesn't there? So, yeah, that would have been mine for who would come in for. So how do you change that? Do you push Curtis higher? Does Matt go higher at times as well? Either way, McAllister's got an injury, or he's not got an injury, sorry, let me clear that up. He is fit, he was in training on a slot, talked about that. However, it's a big however, he had issues there for the Chile game, the Colombia game for Argentina, so we have to manage that. So Szoboszlai played all the minutes, so we've got to be careful of that. It's got to be done so wisely, even with things like the Carabao Cup game coming up at the end of the month. No problem with throwing a young Trey Ione in there. No issue for me at all. Really don't mind. It's the Carabao Cup. At the end of the day, what are you really wanting done? You know, there's so many important competitions, but yeah, we will see what happens there. He was also asked about Federico Chiesa and whether he would make his debut. Didn't dismiss it, ladies and gents. Said he's got 20 players fit, so he needs to pick, is it the fittest players or is it the players in relation to position? I'd be a bit disappointed if he doesn't make the squad just because of his age, his standing and what he could do. Because the perfect scenario here, and football never works this way as I'm saying it, I know that. 20 minutes at the end to be sensational. Just for a bit of a rest of Mo to start with, wouldn't it? Just to get him ready because, yeah, perfect scenario for me. He starts in Milan. I'm just being honest on that. I think that would be absolutely sensational if he did that. And I think it'd just give everyone a bit of a lift. You can imagine the Raw. You know, he'd be buzzing to get that monkey off his back, as it were, wouldn't he? So I just think that, yeah, if that happened, superb, absolutely superb. But we'll see what later brings, in all honesty. He was also asked about Trent, his minutes, and you knew where they were going with this because he's, taken Trent off in a couple of games. So whether Trent could, do the full 90 during internationals, he said he proved he could do 90 minutes, or maybe he could have done that before as well. In the Ipswich game, I saw he became a bit tired towards the end of the game, but he played 2 afterwards. So I think he's completely ready to play 90. Sometimes in the beginning, I saw he was tired, and sometimes it's also having another player like Connor Bradley who can do the job really well. So he is able to play 90, he showed, like all the others, but I have a whole team to manage and a whole team to prepare for the season. It's also good for Connor to get his playing minutes at the same time. And there was a bit more. We don't need to go through every single element. No problem with this as well. You just keep shaving 20, 25 minutes off Trent Alexander-Arnold's game time when the match is won. It'll add up. It will add up as in the minutes we can take away that we want him to play. And the unfortunate side to that seems he's going to be a big mainstay for England now, unfortunately. They've realised what they've got on their hands. Who'd have thought we'd actually want Gareth Southgate back in charge from a Liverpool perspective? Because now there's the October break and further on. So if you look at it, you suspect Trent Alexander-Arnold is going to stick another 6 sets of international 90 minutes onto his game time. Think back to last season as well. He was one of those players, wasn't he, who got the injury, then re-injured within 2 games, along with Salah and Szoboszlai. I know we seem smart with Ruben Peter slot, etc., but it's not a bad thing that you can just trim the minutes here and there. By the way, Connor Bradley's a brilliant player. Off the top of your head, name me one right-back pairing who are better in world football right now than Trent Alexander-Arnold with Conor Bradley as a backup. And your starting point is where you've got the best right-back in the world. Then you've got a second one with immense potential. Genuinely, someone could correct me on this, but I cannot think of a better pairing in world football at all. So, as ever, we did post-conference presser yesterday. There's the normal quotes, etc. They're out. So have a good listen of that as well. And probably a shout out. We also got this out yesterday, did we? The David Lynch podcast. So he talks about his impressions of the press conference, what he thought, whether Chiesa might start as well. So quite a bit of listening for you this morning if you are looking to kill the time through to 3 p.m, ladies and gents. There was plenty there. One that was a couple of days ago, but that is talked about a bit as well. Rami's back. Rami's been silent for a while, hasn't he? Realistically, with all the chat, his client, Mo Salah's been doing the talking in terms of after United, saying not been offered and all that sprung. And then we've had Mel Reddy, Paul Gorst, various people. Now we've had Rami. So what did he tweet on Thursday? He said, FYI, all those quote-unquote journalists who imply having inside information about Hamid's future are making claims posts based on absolutely nothing, just click whoring. Sources close to Mohamed don't exist. This post is really just to tell you they don't know. Now, who's he taking shots at there? Is it some people suggest Indicallia? You can't come for the goal, can you? Simple as that. Some people have suggested Mel Reddy. You can speculate. There's nothing confirmed there, but he's saying that no one has any sources close to Mohamed. It's a weird one because it kind of indicates in a way that Salah's got no confidants, no friends, doesn't speak to anyone. That could possibly be true. It's also interesting that Rami's talking. Now, people are going to see this in different ways because subject to his last renewal, there was a lot of talking all of a sudden from Rami and people saw it as bad. And then, the tweets and the things that he said, people didn't like it. On the other hand, you could say we're into the dance a little bit now. Rami's talking, which means you suspect so are Liverpool. It's all part of the dance, as Brendan Rodgers would call it. So maybe there's that at the same time. Who knows? My other favourite thing was the reply of Brand Barry, who did reply that, thanks for letting me know, Rami, just a quick one and entirely hypothetical. If sources close to Mohamed did exist, what would they be saying? Who'd have thought we'd got Rami, Brand Barry and Indicallia all in the same mention? But we do, ladies and gents. So, yeah, you will have your opinions on the Rami tweet. And obviously today, you're thinking the Forest lineup. Now, I've not seen any pictures. They've not been walking down by the Titanic and all that. Maybe it's just me. I've spotted less of them this season. I kind of like we've seen less lineup posts until right there. Because, an hour 50 before kickoff, surely early if you're that, or good enough if you're that desperate to get the lineup. I don't know on that. Everyone will see it differently. But I've not seen anything yet. And I like we've not seen them sort of a day or a bit before, even like first thing in the morning. So I've not seen any yet. You may correct me on that. Lineup-wise for me, similar to Man United, provided McAllister's okay as you can. No risks taken because there's a lot of games. That mean no risks, that it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the United lineup will be perfect for me because then that leads you into the Milan thoughts. And you've got so many people then. This is a hypothetical naturally because don't know the lineup yet, but you've got so many who can come in then for Milan, can't you? Like Jones, Gomez, Nunes, players, those three have been trading, haven't they, on international break and, well rested, you could argue. Even bring Morton in, Kwanzaa, Tsimikas, Bradley. It's such a strange. Even Geller, and obviously we know about his comments, that maybe, I don't know on that. But Gakpo, it's whilst we've got this many fit, provided nothing's changed from what Arne Slot said on Friday, there's so many rotational options. And yes, that makes rhythm more difficult, but maybe in a bizarre way, with it coming,
At BlueNile.com, you can find endless ways to make your moments sparkle. From classic and timeless jewelry gifts to creating the custom engagement ring of her dreams, all at prices you won't find at a traditional jeweler. And right now, you can save up to 40% on fine jewelry and 25% on engagement ring settings during the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale, going on now. Go to BlueNile.com to shop the Blue Nile Anniversary Sale and save up to 40%. That's BlueNile.com.
When it comes to towing, seeing is believing. That's why Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology offers up to 8 available cameras for 14 unique views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Chevrolet, together let's drive. Learn more about Chevy Trucks at Chevy.com. Safety or driver assistance features are no substitute for the driver's responsibility to operate the vehicle in a safe manner. Read the vehicle owner's manual for important feature limitations and information.
This episode is brought to you by Microsoft Azure. Turn your ideas into reality with an Azure free account. Get everything you need to develop apps across cloud and hybrid environments, scale workloads, create cloud-connected mobile experiences, and so much more. Discover what you can create with popular services free for 12 months. Learn more at azure.com. That's AZURE.com. And sign up for a free account to start building in the cloud today.
Champions League, slower pay. I don't know. Did well at San Siro, like Tyler Moore last time, did they? Everyone remembers the big Nat Phillips Cruyff turn in the area, so I don't mind that at the same time. Be interesting to see, won't it? But yeah, Forest lineup, and that will steer us obviously into Milan lineup. But there's a game to win today, most importantly. I'm still sticking with what I said on post-conference presser, 3-1. We will see if that bears any fruit. The other thing that a few people have, it's kind of newer, not old, but not brand new comments, which sounds crazy to say, I know, but Zubimendi. The reason I'm mentioning Zubimendi, I think, why are you talking about something that is closed now? Is it closed though? Because the weird thing that I saw this is that the president of, and probably Upper Bay, I think it's pronounced, said there's been no conversation with Martin Zubimendi to renew. He's not set any conditions for us to stay at Real. He understood it was a market in which players were leaving, and he still wanted to continue. Now, after he was staying, there was obviously all the bits that they were going to offer him a new deal. That was discussed, wasn't it, as part of the story? Oh, it sounds like they're not going to offer him a new deal. It's just interesting because Jonathan Northcroft mentioned this on Media Matters. They don't know anything for definite, but he'd heard suggestions that that's not done, and said he wouldn't be surprised if that is revisited in January. You do just wonder, don't you? Because that statement does contradict what we'd heard, that they were looking to, couldn't quite match the Liverpool offer, but make him something. And you do wonder, hold on, they lost Lenormand, I think it's pronounced. Marino went to Arsenal, so that they probably made a profit in this window, but they're not going to give their superstar hero come up through the ranks any more money. It does just make you wonder. That is all I'm going to say. Doesn't make anything different, but it just keeps it in that one to keep an eye on, doesn't it? Other stuff that's come out, but we mentioned it today again. It came out late last night and it drew my attention. We'll see if anything happens, but I saw it through. And just in case you're looking as well, let me get the website because I'm almost pulling it up here just to make sure I've got it wrong. footyheadlines.com. There it is. I'm looking at it now. So they had almost a league through, I think it's pronounced Bernier Rourke, who's a kit specialist or kit expert. Liverpool's 25-26 away deal. Obviously, we know he's been reported through Bloomberg and various sources. Liverpool will revert to Adidas. Now, depends how you see this. They've always looked better on the players, but I've not particularly been a fan of the Nike kits. I think they are a bit lazy. They're not what we hope they'd be. And even this one, I wouldn't say it's lazy, but the yellow, I like it, but I just like the kits on Liverpool. Do I like a kit in isolation that I'm seeing from Nike? much prefer Adidas. If you think of any of your favourite kits recently, could be wrong, but I bet it's Adidas. I'd always say Liverpool were an Adidas club, but anyway, we can get on to that. Why am I talking about this? If you look on footyheadlines.com, people, the Liverpool 25-26 away kit has been sort of shown off there, as in the badges. It looks like it'll be the old classic Liverbird LFC, the classic 3-stripe, and the colour and branding, as they call it, Wonder White, black, and red. So some hints of that at the same time. Almost a return to, you could call it like the Accru days, couldn't you? A little bit there. So, yeah, it will be interesting to see. We'll keep an eye out if there is any more leaks. I always find it tough because you see concept kits, don't you? And like, sometimes is that the real? Or sometimes when I see them come out, so I was trying to read it carefully. So, yeah, just something to be aware of. Adidas and the away kit. We'll see if there are any more leaks over the home on thirds, which take time as well. But we'll have to see. But just worth the scan again, footyheadlines.com. And then the other thing that we kind of got later at night was the fixture changes. It's weird because even this month, it's like we've got Forest today at 3. We've got the week after, we got Bournemouth the Saturday 3 o'clock. You ain't getting that in November, though, when it gets busy, because let's look at these fixture changes. Saturday the 9th of November is now Aston Villa at home. That is an 8 p.m. kickoff, and it's been taken by TNT Sports. Southampton away is now November the 24th. That's a Sunday at 2 p.m. one. Sky Sports have taken that. And City at home, no surprise here. This is moved to Sunday, December the 1st at 4 p.m. It's so weird. I don't know what the thinking is behind making it 4 instead of 4:30. I'm sure someone's going to tell me from the police, the sound logic, but honestly, I think it makes no difference. Sky Sports have picked that one up at the same time. Some weird kickoff times, and I get Europe plays a factor and everything like that. I don't like the Friday night kickoff that the Premier League sometimes does on TV. I'm not a big fan of the Saturday. Saturday, 3 o'clock is classic, sorry. The Saturday evening one, not really for me personally. You could see it differently. There's a few Sundays in there. I mean, people will look at the positive. For those that can't go to the game, you've got TV, haven't you? That's a big thing at the same time. But yeah, Saturday, 8 p.m. For those that travel a bit, maybe not ideal. Maybe, I don't know, who likes the Saturday kickoff. Tell us your thoughts. We'll be doing a bit on that for Anfield Index. Other things that, so not today, but to watch, a call out. Shout out to Lewis Steele. He does his Liverpool video diary. That's always worth a quick watch. You could get it on his profile there as well. Always there from Mail Sport. I always think a classic Partridge-esque feel to the way Lewis Steele delivers it. Sort of a unique take. So shout out to him that way. This, yeah, I don't know about this one. Also saw it flashed up this morning that TF Bayern, Christian Bork, as we know, a well-known German sort of, say, pundit, transfer talker, says that Liverpool are interested in Xabi Simons. A number 10, mainly that's where he plays. I could be wrong, because even Musiala gets mentioned as well. I mean, that's something in a different article. So those are your two number 10 links. Dominic Szoboszlai has obviously done well, so he'd have to convince me it's something special to go there. Musiala is one of those dream signings, so I'm not even going to allow myself to sink into that, or even... Yeah, I think it's fair to say even just think that for a second. That's just one of those things. Xabi Simons... I don't know. I just struggle to see it. I really do. But who knows what the club's thinking? People will debate the source, Christian Falk, all that. But yeah, always worth just mentioning recent rumours that we've seen today. Yesterday as well, Pep even talked about us, didn't he? First time Pep's really engaged. Anything to do with Arne Slot. Said, now I have to watch for Liverpool because of Arne. I don't know exactly what they do, but with Jurgen, we knew each other better. When I was younger, I watched much more than now. Now I'm lazier. I think I watch well enough to understand what the opponents want to do. I try to choose the right footage to show my players to convince them of what to try and to beat them. Nothing too much in that, I don't think at all. Just personally. But, people are trying to now make an angle, aren't they? But if Slot carries on, shall we say, they will try and make something between him and Pep. And you understand that because the Pep Klopp situation, Liverpool City, that kind of sold the tickets itself a little bit, didn't it? You didn't really need to hype it up. Everyone knew what they were getting. Now, how do they work that angle of head coach be head coach type of thing as well? We will have to see. And then the final one I'll leave you with, this one, came up yesterday because people are late yesterday, but even some this morning. It's an older quote, but it's still coming up. Anko Janssen, a former Dutch footballer, said he's spoken to Slot, and he's been amazed about Virgil van Dijk. Said he, as in Slot, is now experiencing up close. This boy is not normal when it comes to playing football. Who knows? We did say that. Again, it just feels all part of the contractual dance we're in now, doesn't it? Trent has the resounding silence, which brings worries. Salah were a bit unsure. We saw the indications were, and the sources said that he wants to stay. Rami has dismissed there even his sources. Never mind what they're saying. Bran Barry's asked him the question back. Indy Callie is tweeting about it. Indy Callie also tweeted the other night about Trent and wanting to stay at Liverpool. We'll see. We hope that bears fruit because he was the first about Harvey Elliott. So shout out to him on that. Van Dijk now, we've talked about 2 years. We've now got this from our Anko Janssen, what Slot said. It all just feels part of a big game. I mean, even Romano on the quotes I saw yesterday, Friday, was talking about Van Dijk has options for Italian teams, but wants to have those discussions with Liverpool first of all. It's all just feels part of a big game. Let's just hope we win all 3 levels. So important to retain those 3, but it will play out how it plays out. And I liked it a little bit there because I wanted to say that was going to be the final part. Only other thing to mention is, as I'm seeing it here on a few timelines, I don't know the player well, but Chris Rigg, Sunderland defensive midfielder, is an England youth international, 17 years old, plays for Sunderland, as we say. Liverpool are apparently one of a number of clubs interested. That's seen as a very, very talented young starter. And the reason I say that is we kind of knew about Rio Ngoma, didn't we, before he signed? But it's interesting what's coming out now. Even Romano and others mentioning that it's seen as a hell of a signing, isn't it? That a real potential generational talent, as it were. So we will see in time how that works for them too. Harvey tweeted as well yesterday, thank you for support, see you soon. So it seems right, doesn't it, to finish on that note and say, Harvey, we do hope to see you soon, although it sounds like it's not going to be before October. So other things coming today, as normal, hopefully talking about a victory. The Raw Boys will be there post-match, so I know it'll be the normal Trev, no, it'll be the normal Dave. I don't know if it's Harry or Carl or anyone else, but you know you'll be there. You know you'll be listening to it at the same time as well. There'll be all the normal articles, like Steve Smith will be doing his Man of the Match reviews. I'll do the lessons learned. All the normal stuff and content will be there for you. And then tomorrow, Sunday, we will be doing it with Grizz. So Grizz will be joining me on the Daily Red. So there'll be that to look forward to for you at the same time. Me, I'm recording, but I've got to shoot off to Anfield, ladies and gents. That's what I've got. May see you there. If you've got Liberty Shield, always just something to look up if you're not aware of it already. But on Saturday, the 14th of September, the Reds are back. Hopefully it's 3 points. Enjoy your day and enjoy your weekend.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement. and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
A great workout deserves a great reward. Treat yourself right with new coconut smoothie bowls made with fresh fruit, purely Elizabeth granola, and now creamy coconut. You earned it. Grab a treat you can feel good about, only at Smoothie King.